Hello, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today I will present my study with title Numerical Investigation of Heat and Fluid Flow Characteristic through Steam Coil Air Preheater installed in 100 megawatt electric utility boiler. My name is Eko Arianto. I'm from PT Pembangkitan Jawa Bali. I'm with Pak Wawan Aris Widodo of Institut Teknologi 10 November Surabaya. This is the common arrangement of 100 megawatt electric utility boiler. There are two main circuit, air circuit here and water and steam circuit inside the tube. My study will focus on this small yellow box called it's a heat exchanger called steam coil air preheater. I will modeling it as with a computational fluid dynamic modeling, and will model the heat exchanger as a porous medium. The steam coil air preheater will rise the air before it enter the main air heater here, and it will prevent the sulfur condensation in the hot gas side of the main air heater that can corrode the element of the air heater. This is the typical photograph of a steam coil air preheater. So this is the heat exchanger. There are four modules in this heat exchanger. The air comes from the forced fan, flow horizontally through the steam coil air preheater and enter to the main air heater. The steam supplied by these four pipe and condensed in the bottom of the heat exchanger. This is typical arrangement of the steam coil air preheater consists of inline or stager arrangement of a fin tube. There are many previous studies conducted related with the CFD modeling for heat exchanger. There are four that I reviewed. First is from Ibecon. He studied about CFD modeling for the design and optimization of a heat exchanger, and he concluded that CFD modeling can be promising for the design and optimization of heat exchanger, and it testing of numerous design option without fabricating physical prototype. And then the second is Buta. He studied the design of heat exchanger using CFD also, and he used a porous medium modeling, and he concluded that the porous modeling can simplify the modeling process using CFD because it avoided to model a real complex geometry of heat exchanger. And the third is Musto. He studied an aircraft oil cooler heat exchanger with a CFD and porous medium modeling, and he concluded that the porous medium modeling using CFD is possible if some heat exchanger performance data are available. And then the last is Wang. He compared CFD modeling of a heat exchanger with experimental one, and he concluded that the result is the CFD model result is close to the experimental one. So the step of my study is are pre-processing, establishing basic geometry of steam coil air preheater and meshing. In this step, I just draw the tube bank as box, and then processing, define the modeling parameters, energy equation, heat exchanger macro, cell zone condition, and edge. And then the next step is validation, compare the simulation data versus the commissioning data, and also conduct a grid independency. And then post-processing, take quantitative and qualitative data, numbers, graphic, and edge. This is the result of processing step. So like I said, there are four bundle of tube in this heat exchanger. I just draw it with just a simple four box here instead of drawing of the tube one by one that take a long time to draw it. So I just draw it in four simple boxes, and I will define it as a porous medium. The next step is processing. Like I said, that is model as a porous medium. Then I have to describe the porosity value, and the most important thing is the inertial resistance coefficient that will describe the pressure drop and the flow along the flow path. To describe it, in the previous study, Musto used a database of heat exchanger performance to describe the inertial performance. In this study, I will use an empirical equation to define the inertial resistance coefficient. So I have two equations. The left side is the common pressure drop through a tube bank equation, and the right side is the pressure drop of flow through a porous medium from the manual book of the software. The inertial resistance coefficient is C2 here, So I will by comparing these two equations, I can get a new equation to define the C2. And for that, I have to define the Euler number, and I use these two equations from Yudin and Takhtarova equation for inline arrangement and for stager arrangement. The next step is validation. After the model finish, I run the model with a 100% load and compare the data with the commissioning data, and it show a very good result, small error, and then conduct a grid independency to make sure that the model independent of the grid size, and it show a very good result as well. And then I running the model with various load 100%, 75%, and 50%, and then take temperature, pressure, velocity data both quantitatively and qualitatively. And this is the result. The left picture is the velocity distribution, and the right picture is a static pressure distribution. From both the picture, we can see that even there are a different value of velocity and static pressure for 175 and 50% load, but it have a similar pattern of the velocity and static pressure distribution. The velocity is high when the flow go to the inlet of the duct, because it have smallest cross-sectional area, and then the velocity begin decrease when the duct is enlarged, and the pressure start to increase. This is a common phenomena of a flow, and after it reach the tube bank, then static pressure continue start to decrease, and the velocity continue to decrease. It shows that this model can simulate the real flow characteristic in the heat exchanger. And this picture is total pressure distribution along the flow. We can see that during the flow in the tube bank, there are significant decrease of the total pressure. That means significant decrease of energy. So it shows that the most biggest losses in the flow is in the tube bank. And the right side picture is the velocity contour and stream trace. We can observe some secondary flow here. The upper picture is the side view of the duct, and the lower picture is top view of the duct. We can observe that the secondary flow are caused by the sudden change of the geometry of the duct. And this is the temperature distribution. We can see that when the air go to the inlet, the temperature is still low, and start to increase when the air reach the heat exchanger. And the gradient of the increasing is bigger in the last two module, because it have a more number of tube there. And we can observe here that there are two lines, this red line and the yellow line have a higher temperature. It's because these two lines located in the lower half of the heat exchanger and experience secondary flow and have a long path of flow, so it have a higher temperature. So the conclusion of this study is that porous medium modeling can describe the characteristic of heat and fluid flow in the steam coil air preheater, and then empirical method can be used as alternative method to define the inertial resistance coefficient when heat exchanger data are not complete enough. And this alternative method show a good result compared to commissioning data, and the velocity pressure distribution in the steam coil air heater mostly affected by geometrical shape change and tube bank flow restriction, and it's observed secondary flow caused by sudden change in cross-sectional area, and temperature distribution affected by flow characteristic and tube bank arrangement. That's all my presentation. If you have something to discuss, please contact me via my email eko.arianto@ptbjp.com. Thank you.